Corey Feldman, currently supporting Limp Bizkit on tour, has gone viral for his unconventional guitar soloing. Clips sparked debate over whether Feldman was truly playing it or faking it. Today we have the answer to whether he can really play guitar, and we have insider information about the 80s movie star's music career to reveal here on Real Brave Live. He became well known for his roles in popular 1980s films such as Friday the 13th, Kevin. Gremlins, The Goonies, Stand By Me. And Corey Haim was one of his most famous friends. He is now an active member of the music community, making the internet absolutely go f***ing insane and out of its mind. Today we talk about the life and death of music in Corey Feldman here on
Real Brave Live. Shots taken at Corey Feldman. Corey Feldman, if you're watching this, I don't know who you are.
He's now a 3-time divorced father, author, children's and women's rights activist, and animal rights activist, and environmentalist, Kevin.
Wow.
And I don't want to make this to be like a Corey Feldman hate
Takedown video
thing. No, I don't.
Then why are we doing this?
Too late.
Because it's fascinating when you look at all this stuff, and it's really out of genuine wonder. I mean, how in the world does this man get on stage and do this with a straight face? Have you seen any of this, than what I'm talking about?
No, again, I have no idea who Corey Feldman is.
Oh,
you guys
boy.
say things at me like,
Oh,
Goonies.
wait. You've never seen Gremlins? You've never seen...
Of course I have.
You've never seen Stand By Me?
Yeah, of course I have.
Oh, you know, I had uploaded stuff to the friggin' portal. What a waste.
So he's in those movies?
Yeah, he's in those movies. Dream a Little Dream, The Lost Boys.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen The Lost Boys?
No, and when I saw the Gremlins when I was like 10.
Have you seen Stand By Me in the last, 20 years?
No, I haven't. I saw that also when I was like 10.
It's a really good movie.
What about The Burbs, man? Tom Hanks? No?
No.
But The Lost Boys is a horror movie. You and your horror friend should go out and see that.
There's also a very famous scene involving a saxophone player in The Lost Boys. You remember what I'm talking about?
No.
There's like a song, and there's a guy playing sax in the song. You know what I'm talking about? It's like
I don't remember
it's
it.
an iconic scene from that movie.
Oh,
But,
see,
yeah.
not the iconics. I don't remember. And I just saw it recently too. What scene are you talking about? When they're upside down and the
When they're like,
the bridge?
Spoilers.
we'll talk about it later.
Okay, we'll talk about it later. Yeah, you and your friend,
My horror friend?
your horror friend,
The ghost that follows me
the ghost.
all around?
Are you dating Casper, the friendly ghost?
No, but she is pale.
She sure is. So anyway, this guy, yeah, it's fascinating, and he is making the internet go nuts because he's in this tour that we'll talk about in a second. But number one, he routinely stops performances to start all over again on stage.
Ooh.
Have you seen this?
Like, stops a song or starts the whole set over?
The whole song, he'll stop it like when they start it, or like right in the middle of it,
Ooh,
and make it start again.
I hate that.
I don't like it either.
Yeah.
The songs at this point are probably more in jest than anything else because they're crazy. One of his new song is called Joke or something like that. Doesn't sound like serious. And he dances like Michael Jackson and dresses and looks like him a little bit now.
Wow, that's impressive.
I believe they were friends.
They were?
They had collaborated according to facts.net, which was the first result when I searched Corey Feldman fun facts in preparation for this broadcast.
The official site of all facts, right? Facts.net? Yeah.
Yes.
Thefactsoflife.net.
Yes.
Take the good, take the bad.
Actually,
Take 'em all.
FAX.
That was supposed to come back and it got ruined. Did you know that?
I did not know that. No.
Yeah, that's a little fun fact of today. Yeah, he dances like Michael Jackson. It's kind of look like he's got like the hair thing going on now. Does like all the moves. And I think the first time where I started realizing something was wrong before we get to what's making people go nuts about him right now is this 2016 Today Show appearance when he had this group called the Angels, and it was 4 girls dressed up in angels outfits, costumes.
This was a musical group?
Musical group, and he was doing his Corey Feldman thing, and he got like destroyed for this. Miley Cyrus came out and defended him. That's how low this got for him. And I'm not making fun. I just don't understand this. I don't understand why this is a thing.
Was it a bad performance from the Angels?
Yes.
It's not good. Yeah,
we're gonna play a little bit. We're gonna play a little bit in the audio here.
I don't, the audio, I don't think really does it justice. You have to see the visual too. So maybe have it on mute while we're listening to it, just to get get the visual.
I'm gonna skip like a minute or so in, just so we can get the full experience.
This is Nationwide Today Show, not Matt Lauer. We got nothing to lose, so baby, let's go for it. Let's go. Sound terrible. But when you watch them, you're like, remember Corey Feldman now?
No. And definitely cringy. Or cringe.
It's cringe.
As the kids would say.
So here's my question about this. Let's pretend for a second that all three of us are producers at NBC, and we're booking the Today Show.
Can I be a millionaire?
Sure.
Thank you.
Will there be women in stockings? Is the question I have as an
Slavic
NBC
women.
producer, and if the answer is yes, put them on air.
I just think, like, was literally every other musical act booked? Like, what is the purpose of putting him on there?
There was an old guy in the background going, "Everyone's booked. Get me Feldman."
but really, like,
They just keep him in a locker in NBC studios.
Where's Feldman?
Was he promoting something other than music? He's like, hey, while I'm here, let me do my insane music.
No, he doesn't really act anymore, as far as I understand. This is his thing.
Oh yeah, he is dressed and dancing like Michael Jackson, but
Right?
like somebody doing a very poor impression.
He looks like Times Square Michael Jackson. Like
Yeah,
a guy you would see in Times Square doing a Michael Jackson impression.
He's the Elmo of Michael Jackson's.
Yes.
I
don't even know what that means.
He's the minion. The guy dressed up as Minion.
He's the Minion in Nike in New Balance sneakers.
Whoa, who is this that just came out to join him with is that? I don't know who that is.
I don't know either.
He's got like a white cap.
All right. Well, look. I mean, that was just a taste of this. I'm actually going to skip over the.
It was Doc Ice.
Oh, we all know Duck Ice, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay.
Doc Ice, yeah, sure. So he was announced to be on the 2024 Loserville tour, Kevin, with your favorite band headlining.
Wait, let him guess his favorite band.
Oh, yeah.
Is it Creed? I got invited to a Creed concert tonight at PNC. Creed, Three Doors Down, Finger 11. Mike invited me.
That is a butt rock trifecta.
I was like, dude, ask me like a week ago. I have plans now.
I have plans. What could you? He was psyched about that, by the way, and I'm very happy.
And
for
I'm
him.
very upset that he waited until the day of to ask me to go. I knew he was going to ask me to go too. Mike, if you're watching this, what the hell, man?
So they're not on the Loserville tour. What other favorite band of yours is headlining the 2024 Loserville?
I'll give you a hint. It's not Fish.
Yeah,
they would not be on the Loserville tour. They would be doing the Loserville Festival. Festival.
That is true.
Is it Steely Dan?
No, it's your. Is
it Wolfpack?
It's not Volpe. It's one of your favorite bands from your youth. Let's go there.
Favorite bands from my youth.
Yeah, come on.
Favorite bands from my youth.
I'll give you. I'll say this.
Hootie and the Blowfish? Delamitri?
No.
They told you what they do it all for.
The Nookie.
Yeah.
Oh, the Olympus. The Olympus.
The Olympus.
The Limpus.
The Olympus gold medalist.
Famous band, the Limpus.
Yes.
Yeah. The Limp Bizkit is headlining it, and actually,
the Olympus.
Actually,
so much worse than
it's very interesting. They have very special guests.
The specificity of the Limp, like that one Limp Bizkit. You know the one, everybody.
Yeah, that one.
You know the one.
Very special guest Bones, Nanoface, Corey Feldman is opening, and Riff Raff are all playing this thing. But it's called the
Riff Raff
Loserville.
from the Cosby Show?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
That'd be crazy if they got Riff
That
Raff.
would be a move. Yeah.
I don't know. But so Corey's been opening up, and he's been stopping the performances as he always does, like every once in a while. But then he did this crazy thing that's making the internet going crazy. It's him playing guitar, and it's a guitar solo. And I think we need to hear it right now.
Here we go.
Whoa.
His face during this is.
That's a Herman Lee. Just Dragon Force over here. He's doing a bit, right? This is a bit. He knows this sounds terrible. He's doing like noise rock or something. But we found out about the whammy bar. He's really he's going in on that whammy bar.
Yeah, listening to this without watching the visual, it's pretty bad.
I love that suit though. It's like
Kind of
Yeah.
people cheering.
Thank you very much. So then there's comments everywhere about like, oh, I didn't know he could play guitar. This is how like low we've become as a society.
Well, I mean,
that classifies as a guitar solo, Kevin. He can play a little bit of guitar. I've seen him play like one note stuff. And I don't know if and I'm not, again, for all you Corey fans out there, I'm not making fun of him. I'm just trying to understand this.
time-traveling teenage girls from the 80s. He's not making fun of Corey Feldman. What other Corey Feldman fans are there out there? It was like...
He's doing something right because we're here and he's there.
Look, no offense to Limp Bizkit. I'd rather be here. And granted, I don't really want to be here, but I would rather be here
Hold on a
than
second.
on Limp Bizkit's tour.
You're telling me that if Limp Bizkit called you tonight and said, Brian, we've got an opening slot in the Loserville tour.
Nope.
It's a paid gig. You're gonna be gone for 3 months. You're gonna make X amount of dollars. You wouldn't do it.
Do you have to say to people, sorry, I can't come to your birthday party, Aunt Susie. I'm on the Loserville tour? No, I'm not going to put myself through that. And can you imagine how bad those tour buses must smell?
Oh.
Like, it's god-awful. No. I have too much dignity.
I wasn't thinking of the smell. I was thinking more of the musical smell.
That's also horrible.
Yeah.
But
Oh, we're not making fun of Corey. We are making fun of Limp Bizkit.
Sure, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
I'm just listening.
What would you do?
If I got asked to go into the Loserville tour?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's money.
Of course it is.
I'm a dirty sellout. I'll play whatever shows you want me if the price is right.
How right could the price be, though, for a 2024 Limp Bizkit Corey Feldman tour? That's my point.
Do I get to perform all originals? Do I have to write anything before I get on stage, or can I just get on stage and go for like 20 minutes?
I mean, that's better than what Corey was doing on guitar. So
yeah, I know. I heard it.
Corey Scott Feldman was born July 16th, 1971. Happy birthday, sir.
Happy birthday, Corey Feldman.
Years active, 1976 to present. One of his major gripes when he was a kid is that he felt like his parents took advantage of him and stole all his money. So he what is that called when you say that
he emancipated himself from
himself from his parents, and
proclaimed that he was emancipated.
Yes,
he was emancipated from his white parents.
Yes,
thank you.
Nice.
Through a proclamation.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I just don't know why he'd make it up.
I don't know either. It also goes back to the Michael Jackson thing when he was a staunch defender of Michael Jackson because when he was growing up, they were very close. So when all the Michael Jackson allegations came out, he was a staunch defender. He's like, no, that's not him. Yeah. So what we should probably do now, I know we've got limited time, is to listen to some of his music that's making him so famous. Ooh.
Why don't we start with Why don't we start with the joke?
Yeah, let's do that. By the way, one of the comments here on the YouTube, most of the comments are turned off on his pages. But this says, Burnout 37 says this is the exact song I wrote when I was 10. This is on purpose, right? All this?
Yeah, he meant to do this.
Joke's on you, Kevin.
I definitely feel like the butt of a joke right now.
Yeah. Well, I think that here's a guy who's expressing himself through music.
Okay.
And this is his art.
Okay.
He just happens to, garner attention because of his fame when he was younger.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, if some no-name wrote a song like that and tried to release it on, like, SoundCloud or whatever, would we be talking about it? Probably not.
No, 100%. There's no reason for him to actually have any of this exposure, but it's Corey Feldman from the 80s making this music. And
same thing when we talked about, like, Hulk Hogan playing bass in metal bands. It's like, we wouldn't be talking about that music if it wasn't Hulk Hogan.
Right.
Are either of you guys familiar with Wesley Willis?
Yes, I love Wesley Willis.
So Wesley Willis was this outsider artist from Chicago.
He was a homeless schizophrenic.
Yes. And he would make these songs that if you went to see...
He would make these songs exclusively with a Casio keyboard piano.
Yes, and with pre-programmed drum beats. They're all very similar in terms of the melody and all that. But my point was, if you paid to go see a famous band and they played this song, you would think this is terrible. But when you think about the circumstance of the person who made it, it's somewhat miraculous that this homeless schizophrenic person could have this artistic drive and see that drive through and produce something. There is something beautiful about that, right?
He has a catalog of like 500 songs.
Yeah, exactly.
Like but they're all extremely formulaic.
Yes, absolutely.
Like in terms of the form of the song.
Yes.
And with like every song ends with just some brand.
Rock Over London, Rock on Chicago, and then some brand.
Polaroid, see what develops. Wheaties, Breakfast of Champions.
Goose Island, Chicago's craft brewery. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But my point is that like you have to take into account the person making the music. Every one of us has been bored to tears by a little cousin who can play the piano, struggling their way through something, and people think it's miraculous because the little cousin's 2 years old or whatever. Whereas if a grown-up played that terrible song, you wouldn't care about it.
Right.
So my question is, like, does this change the Corey Feldman experience if we think that maybe he is mentally ill in some way, or if he has been damaged in some way? Like, does that change the way we interact with the art?
So what I like about Wesley Willis is that it's funny. He writes silly songs. I whooped Batman's ass.
Suck my dog's dick?
Suck my dog's dick, yeah. Yeah. Rock and roll McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So I understand where this is going. I don't think that Corey Feldman's going out there and saying that he has any sort of condition other than experience from the past of being abused or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
I have never heard of Wesley Williams?
Wesley Willis.
Wesley.
Look at Camel's ass. Look at Moose's dick. Suck my doggy's cock. Suck a honey badger's ass.
Here comes the chorus.
Suck my dog's dick. Suck my dog's dick. Suck my dog's dick. Suck my dog's dick.
Next verse.
Suck a racehorse's booty hole. Suck a snow leopard's ass. Suck a constipated ghost's dick. Suck my Doberman pincher's cock.
Here comes the next chorus.
Suck my dog's dick.
So after the second chorus,
there's a breakdown.
Always a little instrumental breakdown.
Yeah, so
every time.
he hits the fill button on the Casio.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
4 times.
Yes. Here it comes.
Oh, 8 times. Sorry. Yeah.
This one, yeah. I used to have an autographed Wesley Willis portrait next to my bed in college.
Really?
Yes.
I've never heard this. And I've lived a life.
Apparently not.
No.
The third verse is the best verse. Then we're skip to the end. I can hear the end of every song.
Suck a Cliff Springer's dick. Suck a llama's balls. Suck a jackass's dick.
It's the best part.
Suck a buffalo's ass.
Fucking jerk. Up the octave.
Suck my dog's dick. Suck my dog's dick. Suck my dog's dick. Suck my dog's dick.
End of every song.
Rock over London, rock down Chicago, Goose Island, it's Chicago's crab brewer.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so he's got like 500 songs exactly like that.
Pretty much exactly like that.
Different chords.
I was going to say, like, same music.
Very similar.
Yeah. He again, the chords are formulaic, so that was like a 1 6 4 3
Yeah.
in minor.
The first thing that it says here about him is he's a giant schizophrenic guy from Chicago that wears sweatpants and headbutts people as a
Yes.
greeting.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with this.
So along the same lines of what we're talking about, I once saw David Liebehart
Okay. Yep.
live doing comedy or puppetry or whatever, and yeah, same thing. Like I don't really like the content of what he's doing, but I like him for what he's doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess my question with all of this Corey Feldman stuff is just like, what is he trying to get out of it?
Exactly.
If he is
100%.
If he is trying to express himself authentically, and this is what comes out,
Just write a memoir, dude.
but whatever. It may not be for me, but that's fine. If he's trying to like capitalize on fame and he thinks this is the way to do it, he's misguided.
It's misguided.
Yeah.
I also think that like people who are, they're in the Hollywood world, they're sort of insulated. They're in this bubble of
Right.
like people just saying, "Yeah, you want a record deal? Sure. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds great.
That
Let's
sounds
just
so good.
Yeah. It's like somebody. I feel like nobody's being real with them, except for the people in the comment section, which is probably why the comments are turned off.
Probably.
Wesley Willis obviously had something going on, and was he aware of it? Was he aware of that he was doing this? And people were just like, "Oh my god, that's hilarious!"
I never got to see him live, but I have many friends.
He played live.
I have friends who saw his shows. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's prolific, and yeah, man, he would express himself musically, I guess.
Yeah. It was a thing.
So it's performance art, but he didn't know it was performance art.
I would say it's outsider art. It's people who are making something that they don't know is weird.
Okay.
He thought that this was what you do. I don't know.
What was the guy from the '80s that used to poop in the on the stage?
Gallagher.
Nope.
Corey Feldman.
In the early '80s, the Lower East Side rock scene, he used to poop on the stage and then
Hulk
smear it all
Hogan.
over himself.
Hollywood Hulk.
Jesus. I gotta find it. '80s poo.
I mean, there's definitely lots of like
I feel like
performance
that's
artists who
that's
did.
more along the lines of that Buddhist monk who lit himself on fire.
Oh God, no. Artist.
Would you rather smear your own poop on yourself or kill yourself by lighting yourself on fire?
Can I do one then the other?
Yeah, you could do
Because
both.
poop's flammable, right? Like, we know that fertilizer is used in bombs and stuff.
Yeah,
so
yeah, that's a good point.
it might help the process along a little bit.
Yeah.
G.G. Allen.
Oh, G.G. Allen. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and that was performance art, rock.
Yes.
And it
Yes.
was bizarre.
Well, even like Iggy Pop cutting himself on the chest while performing and smearing peanut butter all over himself and stuff. That's
Yeah.
that's obvious. There's obviously something performative about that.
Did he do it in a GIF?
Probably.
Okay.
But I think there's a difference between someone doing that and like I don't think anybody would think that Iggy Pop was aware what he was doing was unusual. I think Wesley Willis probably wasn't aware what he was doing was I don't know. I would imagine that he thought he was making something resembling quote normal art.
Okay. So then the question goes back to Corey Feldman. Is he aware of what he's doing? Obviously not. But maybe he is.
So if you
The joke's
stack
on
up
you.
the song "Go For It" versus that gnarly guitar solo, I like the gnarly guitar. Or the other thing that we heard, gnarly guitar solo, hands down my favorite because it's just he knows it's bad. Everybody knows it sounds bad. It's a bit. He's doing a bit.
I
doing a bit.
don't think he's doing a bit.
Oh, I
He's-
like this.
For the gnarly guitar solo, he's going like this.
All right, we have all been in a situation, maybe not in a guitar solo situation, where something is not going the way you want it to, so you just have to double down and keep doing it until it gets to where you want it to be. I see a look of desperation there, personally.
Yeah. So that's interesting. So if it's a look of desperation, then he's just trying to get himself out there and have people notice him.
Yeah.
He's not. It is a bit. It has to be a bit. Don Albert walked into a show of mine once when I was 17.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. maybe 18. And he came. I saw him come in. He was walking up to the front, and I was getting ready, and he tugged me. He's like, "I need you to do. This is a guitar lesson. I want you to do me a favor." Ever tell you the story?
No, this is good lore though.
Yeah, this is good. He looked at me and he was like, he pulled me close. He's like, "I want you. Do you have a guitar solo?" I was like, "Yeah, I have like one or two." He's like, "All right, pick one of those guitar solos, and I want you to pick one note during one of those guitar solos that's completely wrong, and make it look like you mean it." But he's like, making it absolutely awful and make it look like you mean it. I was like, really? All right. So I did it. It was bad, but I made it look like I meant it.
Yeah, you meant
just
it.
like Corey Feldman did. But that was like 2 minutes of that.
Yeah, so you know what? The more I think about it and the more I reflect on that guitar solo, the more respect I have for Corey Feldman, because you were with me at Fish in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
Twice.
I sure was.
And you saw the You Enjoy Myself vocal jam.
I did. Twice.
What is that? What is that
That's
silliness?
a bit.
It's a bit. So is when John Fishman stops playing the drums, comes out from behind the drums, that starts playing a vacuum.
Yeah.
An Electrolux vacuum. It's a bit.
But here's the difference there. They're doing the bit knowing that the audience is in on the bit. There's a big, big difference there. Like if you were going to see Fish and Fishman starts playing the vacuum cleaner, the crowd goes crazy because they're expecting him to do the thing and he does the thing.
Yeah.
If you go to a bar tonight and the drummer for the band gets out from behind the drum kit and starts playing the vacuum,
I'd be like, oh, they're doing Fish.
well, no, if that didn't exist in the world, you'd say, "What the fuck is this?" Like, it would not be a enjoyable thing.
No. But if you're Corey Feldman from the 80s and it's performance art, and that's all it is.
Yeah.
He has to know he's doing.
I don't.
He has to. There's no way. Play the Comeback King. This is one of the songs he starts and stops all the time. I've seen it at least 3 times that like they're on TikTok. Well, like they'll start it and he'll walk out and be like, "No."
It's when we must look inwards, show them who is boss. I'm the comeback king. I am missing nothing. If it's going to swing, you better make it sting. 'Cause I'm
not making fun of Corey Feldman.
I'm the comeback
Putting that out there.
You know what I mean. When I'm gone, it's end of scene. Like a blank screen, you can never count me out.
You never count him out, Kevin. He's the Comeback King. And he starts a lot of his shows with the Comeback King. Why is he the Comeback King, Kevin? Is it a bit?
No, I think he takes himself seriously.
Kevin keeps changing his mind about this. Kevin keeps going back and forth.
And maybe you know what? Maybe that's the point.
Maybe that is.
Maybe his whole thing is getting people to wonder if he's for real.
All
Are
right.
you for real? I have something to say about that song too, but go ahead.
I was gonna say, so everybody here, I presume, is familiar with Andy Kaufman, right? Who would do like
Wrestle women.
But one of his famous things was he would come out on stage and he would start reading The Great Gatsby, page one of The Great Gatsby.
Yeah,
People start booing at a certain point. All right,
Sure.
You want me to keep reading, or play the record? Play the record. Put the record on. It was the recording of him reading it, starting right where he stopped. Like that was the bit, right? He was messing with people.
Yeah.
That's clearly performance art.
Right.
This is not the same thing as that.
Yeah. No, yeah, from songs like that and the previous one we heard, it sounds like he's actually taking himself seriously, which sucks. The thing that I hated hearing in that song, the very specific thing, can everyone guess what the thing is?
The super processed vocals?
No. It was the orchestra hit Patch.
Oh, you don't like that.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you've said it several times. You don't like it.
It was huge in the 90s and like pop and hip hop.
yeah.
It's on that keyboard. That one, yeah. It's on that keyboard. The one time I've heard it that I liked it and was like, oh, you guys, was in Wolfpack. I want to say it was, I forget which tune it was. I'll remember what it was. But it was just once in the song, and it was so perfectly timed that you're like, these guys, they're so silly.
Yeah, they are silly, and that's a bit.
That is a bit.
That's a bit, for sure.
100% is a bit.
And they're taking the piss, as they say. Yes.
Yeah, they no strangers to taking the piss. When I saw that at MSG, they opened with Michael Winograd playing the Sweet Science on clarinet. It's like a klezmer, like Yiddish.
Is that the guy from the clown thing?
No, that's
Somebody else.
Lewis Cole.
Oh, okay.
No, Michael Winograd is a clarinetist. He plays with the band sometimes, and it's like this very like slow, drawn out. Imagine just like the Jews of Egypt, going through the desert. That's the kind of music it was, just solo clarinet, and the front man for the band, Jack Stratton, crawling out on stage like a Jew in the desert.
Why?
It was so good. It was such a good bit.
The lead singer is Jewish.
Sure.
He's shown up on like Money Matters on CNN, NBC, or whatever it's called. I don't watch it because I don't have money. Talking about Spotify's how they pay the artists.
Hold on a second. No.
Yeah.
The reason why you should be watching that is so that you can get more money. You got to speak the language of money in order to get more money.
Who told you that?
That's
Sounds like Tony Robbins. No, I don't watch that purposefully. I don't watch Mad Money either because these guys are like, yeah, just invest $15K in this Roth IRA and then you'll be good. And it's like, where do I get 15?
Well, you got to start somewhere. You start with little bits and pieces, and then you lose it all when it crashes on a Monday.
My guy, I have $20,000 of student loan debt still. I haven't been in school in 4 years.
That's okay. That's all right. Did you apply for your forgiveness?
I have a music degree.
Okay. Did you apply for your forgiveness?
I tried, and then they said I make too much money, apparently. But I don't think I do.
You got to get that mun, son.
Yeah, I'm on an income-driven repayment plan, which
good.
has me paying a percentage of the interest every month until I die.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
All right, let's not talk about that anymore. Let's listen to the last. He's been doing this for a very long time.
Yeah,
it's 1994. This is the last song we're going to listen to. Feeling Funky. This is straight up Kevin's butt. Here we go with Feeling Funky.
You can't do that. You can't take that from Prince.
It sounds like a bad version of Bad by Michael Jackson.
Right. Very good.
I can feel the beat. I can touch the bass line. Tap it with my feet. Now things have changed. My mind has
It's just bad.
It's really bad.
No, it's the song Bad. Because I'm bad. It's the same song.
deep down in my soul. I'm feeling
This is bad, guys.
Is it bad or the song bad?
Both.
hope you like what
Okay, please. So my biggest beef throughout this, if you want to give me your biggest beef, my biggest beef is I don't understand why he's dressed and dancing like Michael Jackson on stage. I don't understand. I need somebody to I looked it up. I tried to find it, but no one has explained that to me.
I feel like this guy had just his glory years. He peaked in like the 80s, and he's trying just so hard to live in that. You listen to that reverberated snare and the overt Michael Jackson and Kiss and Prince.
That song's Kiss by Prince. You're right.
Very good. What's your biggest beef with this whole thing?
Just that there are good bands and artists out there who struggle and don't have the luxury of having been on the Goonies.
Yeah.
In the Goonies.
Or on the Goonies.
Or on the Goonies.
On top of the Goonies.
Inside the Goonies.
Inside the Goonies.
Outside, left and right of the Goonies.
Brian, what's your biggest beef with all of this?
My biggest beef with all of this is that people are giving him oxygen. And I don't mean that because the guy doesn't deserve whatever.
Because we're not making fun of Corey Feldman, right? We're not making fun.
Sure.
Thank you.
But I feel like the people who are giving him oxygen are making fun of him. And I feel like if people just left the guy alone, I mean, look, there are plenty of people out there who make their bad art and play the open mic night at their local coffee shop, and they're content and they're doing their thing and they're putting songs on SoundCloud, whatever. That's fine. People making this into a bigger deal gives him a false sense of success, and then he keeps doing it.
Right.
And it keeps getting more and more embarrassing.
They're feeding the ego.
Yeah.
And it's hard to watch, personally. Are you watching some of it?
No, the Wolfpack song was Sky Mall.
Jesus
and the fun fact about that orchestra hit, it's when we hear it, it's repitched orchestra hits from Stravinsky's Firebird Suite.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Kevin. Anything more you want to add about Mr. Corey Feldman's music career? I do think you should watch the video below. We should do it offline, though, because it actually is kind of funny. It's the Loserville, like, friggin', I don't know, trailer or something. It's humorous, to say the least. Anything else you want to say about that?
Just take care of yourself, dude. Go talk to somebody. Get yourself healthy. Take care of yourself.
You're talking about Corey Feldman?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, the music is, I don't know what it is. And obviously, he's got a lot of people behind him telling him that this is okay and whatever. But to Kevin's point, there's a lot of really talented people out there that could probably get a little bit more attention rather than this. Although it's really funny on TikTok, I'll tell you that much, if you're on TikTok at all. But that's all we got today. Listen, if you're looking for any sort of lessons to make you a Corey Feldman, you can log into realbraveaudio.com and we'll help you out there. Kevin, we'll see you next week here on
Real Brave Live.
Do this with a straight face. It sounds like it's...
Hang on, sorry. There's something weird with your microphone. There was something really weird going on there. It was like at the very... When you would speak a little bit louder, it wouldn't quite distort. It was almost like crackling at the top. So I'm just adjusting something here. Hang on.
Crackling in your headphones?
I can even see it on the waveform, like just
really?
acting weird. Yeah. Talk again?
Talk again.
Say something real loud.
Real loud.
That's better. Okay. All right. We can either start from the top again or just pick it up there. Doesn't
We'll
matter
just
to me.
pick it up from here.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.